Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's live session. So, guys, we have another interesting news. But somehow this one, we should all frown at it because there was this reaction on a South African television station that is not looking good for Nigeria when a lady was asked about what is going on in Niger, and she said something that doesn't really sound well, as regards to the image of Nigeria. So she was trying to say that the coup that is happening today in Niger is because people think that the president of Nigeria did not emerge in a legitimate way. So people are questioning his emergence as the president of Nigeria. That made it that even when he came out to like issue a warning to those military in Niger for them not to go ahead with the planned coup, they didn't listen to him. They didn't listen to him. So, guys, I'm going to be playing this clip for you guys to listen. Just take your time, listen to this clip, and you get to know that honestly, Nigeria is in a mess. Nigeria is in a mess, and we just need our judiciary to rescue the image of Nigeria, because I don't know how people see us today, how the international community and even the African nations see Nigeria today, looking at it from the angle that our president did not emerge legitimately. We all saw what happened during the election. So, guys, let me allow you just take a look at this video for yourself.
Neighboring country of Niger, Mali. We've just seen now that the US there also have placed sanctions on some of the military officials. What does this all mean then for the ECOWAS region?
It's quite unstable right now, and unfortunately you have the chair currently, it's Nigeria, and the president of Nigeria, he's also facing a lot of pressure in his country in terms of how the election panned out, in terms of the results, some questioning the credibility of the elections. He's issued a strong statement yesterday, but already when you read the reaction to that statement, people were already saying, you yourself, you are not legitimate, and therefore this time around, ECOWAS is not as strong as the ECOWAS that we are used to. You'd recall when there were challenges in the region previously, they were quick to react and to respond, and there was that credibility because those who were speaking at that time, who were leading the regional body, had credibility. But right now, it's on a very shaky ground.
Yes, Gloria, I don't know what you have to say. ECOWAS is no longer strong as it used to be because the sitting Nigerian president is now the leader of ECOWAS. So they don't take ECOWAS seriously anymore. Honestly, this sounds funny. At the same time, it sounds so embarrassing to
Yeah.
us Nigerians, that for the fact that the chair of ECOWAS is the Nigerian president, whose nomination or his emergence as the president, didn't go well with so many people in Nigeria and even outside Nigeria. So people are now looking down on Nigeria because of what happened during the election. So, Gloria, I don't know what you have to say about this.
Yes, thank you very much. Concerning this, for me, when I actually got to know that Tinubu is actually the current chairman of ECOWAS, I was actually surprised to an extent. It's a good one for the chairman of ECOWAS to be Nigerian and to be at least a leader from Nigeria. But the challenge is that he has, let me just say, he has battles, let me put it that way, that he is fighting at home. That's number one, because his case is currently in the election petition tribunal, and it's ongoing, and it's clear from the EU report to the ECOWAS report that the way he came into power is to a very large extent not legitimate. So this actually, it's actually sending a red flag already to the outside world, to the other countries. And I believe from what this lady just pointed out, that that's why these people are not even listening to him, because she said it outrightly that before, ECOWAS used to have credibility, used to have power, because the people leading the ECOWAS had credibility. But now ECOWAS is no longer the way it used to be. That's because it's a leadership problem now, not because of the body in quotes, but because of the people that are currently leading, which President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the chairman. So what she's saying here is, in essence, is that the major problem why these people did not listen, because they feel that you are having issues at home. The way you even came into power is not legitimate, and what we are even trying to settle here in our country is also a leadership problem. So there's no way we can listen to a man whose white is not clean. So that's the whole thing there. And like you just said now, it is not beautiful, it is not a good one for Nigeria. Believe you me, it's actually painting Nigeria's image bad to the outside world. We are actually meant to be the giants of Africa, but that's not what we are seeing in this case. Our leaders is for me, I believe this is actually a call to the judiciary to actually do the right thing before it's going to get to a point where we cannot even regain our face in the outside world. Because if it's already looking this way outside, that because of what is happening to him at home, he cannot even give order outside, because that's he has authority, at least to a very large extent, in the ECOWAS. And then these countries are supposed to listen to him, come what may. But now they are using what is happening at home against him. And it boils down to our judiciary, like I just pointed out, to do the right thing so that our Nigeria can actually regain her face in the outside world. And then we Nigerians too, we can be proud of our country and proud of our leaders, at least the leaders we voted for. So that's just what I have to say about this.
Wow, thank you so much for that contribution. Honestly, what is happening in Africa, honestly, is not really good. Always we have this issue of coup every time it happens in Africa on a constant basis. And one might be asking, why always in Africa? It's because Africa is the place where you really have this leadership problem. There are countries in Africa you go, the president has been there for 30 years, for 40 years, he's not thinking of resigning. And you see those countries, they are not even doing well, no development, no civilization coming in, but still they will hold on to power. For us, Nigeria, the only issue we have is our political class. They will
Sure.
just grab power. They will not want to give opportunity to the younger generation. They just want to be recycling themselves, recycling themselves. So look at what is happening in Niger today. The military have come out to say enough of the corruption, enough of the misrule. We are going to take over the leadership of this country because those elected democratically, they failed. They think military is not good, but we are going to prove to them that military can even do it better. And that's why they came up with this coup. So even when our president, as the ECOWAS chairman, issued like a statement trying to tell them never to go ahead with what they are planning to do, they didn't listen to him. Don't forget, the US threatened them, the EU came against them. They didn't want to listen. They were already tired of what has been happening in their country and they just needed that change. That's what led to this coup. And go and see, the civilians are so happy. They are so happy. They've united with the military. Instead of them fighting against what the military is doing, they are like, we are tired of this mess. Even if it's the military that will come to rescue us, we are ready to follow the military. So when the military came up with this coup, the civilians supported them because they are tired of what is going on in their country. What is it that the ordinary citizens are even asking from these African leaders? What is it that we are asking? Little things that they can close their eyes and do. Give us good roads, give us good water, give us electricity, make our hospitals to work, pay us good salary. What is there? There is no big demand in what the basic needs of the people. There is nothing too much for our leaders to like consider the people. Leadership is all about empathy, considering others, putting yourself in other people's shoes. That's just what leadership is all about. But you find out that that is what is missing in our leaders, especially in Africa. People will get into power. They will not even remember the masses. They will only remember the masses each time there is an election. They will come to like woo the people to come out to vote for them. And after voting, what happens next? They will forget the people. You know, they are taking the citizens for granted. But I tell you, things are beginning to change. We all saw what played out in Nigeria during the recent election. Peter Obi, that was not even anybody when it comes to, considering the success in this presidential election. He was nobody in the beginning. People were looking at Atiku, people were looking at Tinubu, those that they feel have money. Some people were like saying that, does Peter Obi even has the kind of money that Tinubu has to challenge him in this presidential election? But we saw how Peter Obi, even in Lagos, cleared Lagos. Cleared Lagos. If not that they manipulated results, we all know what we got in Lagos. Peter Obi cleared how many states? According to what INEC gave Nigerians, I mean what INEC declared, Tinubu won in 12 states. Atiku won in 12 states. Kwankwaso won in one state. And Peter Obi won in 11 states plus the FCT, making it 12 states. So it's like the Tinubu who is like the Baba of Nigeria with his money and everything. People were looking at him to be the key player in the race, together with Atiku, that they have the money. They've been in politics for long. They've built a connection. They have people. They have boys under them and all that. They looked down on Obi. But look at what happened. Today, Obi is the one going to recover his mandate. Peter Obi will soon become the
True.
president of Nigeria. No doubt about that. Peter Obi is going to become the president of Nigeria and he's going to shock the people. Why? Because Peter
Yeah.
Obi has a background that people, are jealous of. When people look at what Peter Obi did in Anambra State, some people will like, wow, this man, I don't know him. I've not seen him for the first time. I've never met him, but I think he's a good match for the situation, considering the situation there or the current situation in Nigeria today. He will be the one to fix Nigeria.
Yeah.
So leadership for me is very simple. So somebody tweeted this other day on Twitter and said, considering what Alex Oti is doing in Abia State, it means that leadership is not rocket science.
Yeah.
Go and see what Oti is doing. This is what PDP that has ruled this state for years couldn't do. Oti came in upon, they've been owing salaries, they've been owing arrears, they've been owing pensions and all that. But Oti has given the people that he's going to pay them. He is go and see the renovation of roads going on in Aba. So leadership is not rocket science. It's just if these people have the political will to serve their people, not getting to National Assembly and you say, oh, I'm not a senator, oh, I'm not a House of Rep member. And you forget the people that voted for you. You are thinking of bulletproof cars as if as if they will not die again. They are thinking of
Yeah.
cars. They are thinking of increasing their salaries. While ordinary Nigerians, even till today, not all the states have implemented the 30,000 minimum wage.
Language.
Not all the states. So tell me, why would people be happy with these people? Why would people be happy with the kind of leadership, the leadership styles of most African leaders? Very poor. So, guys, this is it. So, what happened in Niger is condemnable by everybody. No reasonable person will support it. It's not as if we are supporting them. But what we are saying is that it's because the African leaders created that loophole. That is what the military is coming to feel. So, look at Nigeria now during the election. They manipulated scripts, they did all sorts of things. And you think that this young generation, they are happy with seeing all these things. One day they will revolt. They will revolt because people are tired of suffering. They've pushed the younger generations, to the wall. People are tired of what they are seeing. And that is why people just needed change, nothing outside change. So, guys, that is it. So, I'm going to be showing you this video clip. Before then, let me show you this tweet that was tweeted by Mr. Shehu Mahdi, and he said something very interesting. He said, every day for the thief. Below is the finance minister of Niger Republic. Sorry. Having been told by the new military junta to account for all stolen money of the country in the next 48 hours or face execution by firing squad. So, guys, this man added something. He said in other countries, he will retain his seat and enjoy. Hmm. So, this man was told that he's going to die by firing squad if he does not expose all those that stole the money that was meant, to develop Niger, to help children go to school, to help life, to better life for the people of Niger. If he doesn't expose them, that they are going to kill him. And look at the man crying. Just look. Let me show you the clip of him crying. You saw cold heart tears coming up. It is in front of pressed men and women. This man was crying badly, bitterly, because he was told he's going to die if he does not expose all the rot that has been happening under him. So, guys, for him to be crying, it means that something has really happened behind the scene. There are things he does not even know how to start opening up, and he's afraid that maybe even if he tells the real truth, he might not believe him. And at the end of the day, he might want to kill him. So this is it. When you push people to the wall, it results to something else. So Gloria, I don't know if you have anything to say, maybe just briefly
Yes,
on
so
this.
for me, I believe him com- him coming out to cry now. Can you hear me? Okay. For me, I believe him coming out to cry now is because there is something fishy. Is because he knows, let me use that word, he knows that he didn't do the right thing while serving. Because while in authority, if he had done the right thing, you prove to the people, give them what they're asking for, show them the account, give them an account of how you spent money, of how your administration or the administration spent money. No, but you're coming out on national TV to cry because you are threatened. For me, I believe that our leaders, both in Nigeria and then most African countries, most of them, what they do is that they're just after themselves, forgetting the poor masses, forgetting the people of their country who are actually dying of hunger, dying of poverty, dying of sicknesses. The whole thing there is that what the poor masses, what the people are actually asking from them is just access to good and better life, access to good and better life. But no, what they are just after is for themselves. Coming out to cry now is not going to help him. So I just, if he has the account, he should give it to them. But if he does not have it, he should just look for a way of apologizing or anything. But for leaders, and for both our leaders in Nigeria, they should just know that beyond now that you are in office, at least leave, do everything possible to leave a good footprint, to leave a good legacy. That when you are going, people can make reference to this man. That's why he was in office. So we experienced a better Nigeria, our country moved forward, things went this way, went that way. That's how it's meant to be. Not that people will remember you and everything they are remembering is the time of poverty, the time of sorrows, the time when many Nigerians were in lack and all of that. So it's not meant to be that way. That's how I just see this whole thing. And it's painful that from what we are seeing, our leaders in Africa are not willing to change. They're not willing to change. I saw something online, and it's just a track record of Peter Obi and how he has lived his life. And he pointed out that even after he served his tenure as governor of Anambra State, that the daughter was working as a teacher in a public school in Lagos. This is the only daughter of a former governor, and she's not doing anything as at when this report came out, she was teaching in a public school. It's not as though being a teacher is bad. It's not bad. But we know what politics is in Nigeria. That once you finish serving as a politician in Nigeria, you're already made. Let me use that word. You are made for life because they have this mindset of embezzling funds. They have this mindset of becoming big from politics while forgetting that you are there to actually build your nation. You are there to work. You are there to help the people. You are there to serve the people, not that you are there to fund your pockets. So, but that's one of the wrongest things that our leaders are doing here in Africa. They are forgetting what they are meant to do. You just made reference to Alex Oti of Abia State. These are people with the right mindset when it comes to leadership. They know they are not there for themselves. They know they are supposed to work for the people. They know that this public fund is not for my pocket. They know that they have to give their best to these things. And at the end of the day, when they finish their tenure as leaders, we can look back and say, during this man's tenure, he did well. During that woman's tenure, she did well. So I believe that our judiciary is going to just do the right thing so that in Nigeria we can at least get a fresh air of good leadership once again. Access to good road, access to good health, access to many good things that we are lacking currently in this country. That's our prayer.
Yes, honestly, leadership is very simple when you have the people at heart. When you really want to serve the people, leadership is simple. When you don't have greed in you, you didn't come in to embezzle the money that is meant for the public. You came to use that money to service the people, to service the state or the country, should you be the president. So, but this is what our political class don't understand. We all know their style in Nigeria. When it's election season, they will move down to the masses and hold them to come and vote for them. After election, you won't see them again. They'll be waiting for another election season. And honestly, it's time for every one of us to wake up. So, guys, with all this happening in Niger, you can see that Nigeria has lost its stance or that its position as the giant of Africa. This time, when we speak, nobody listens. When we talk, nobody listens because our president actually, gave out, marshaled out an order to the military in Niger not to go ahead with this their coup, but they didn't listen to him. Why? Like the lady said, that people feel that Nigerian president did not emerge legitimately. Then how will he come out boldly to give out such an instruction? Somebody that people believe that his emergence is still questionable, is having a question mark on it. That's why we keep telling our politicians that they should know that we are living in a digital world. Everybody is seeing what is happening. Everybody. And that is why they must decide to serve the people. When the people elect you, come and serve them. What we are asking is not much. Give us good roads, give us water, make schools to work. Hospitals should be there for the people. Let there be electricity, all those things. These are some of the basic things the citizens are asking. But you see, these are politicians, they will ignore people and they will be asking for they will be ordering for bulletproof cars and all those things that don't even impact on the lives of the people. So, guys, that is it for tonight. Let me know what you think about all this. That I think before we finally conclude, let me just allow this clip again to play because I think this clip
Of Niger, Mali. We've just seen now that the US there also have placed sanctions on some of the military officials. What does this all mean then for the ECOWAS region?
It's quite unstable right now. And unfortunately, you have the chair currently, it's Nigeria, and the president of Nigeria. He's also facing a lot of pressure in his country in terms of how the election panned out, in terms of the results. Some questioning the credibility of the elections. He issued a strong statement yesterday, but already when you read the reaction to that statement, people were already saying, you yourself, you are not legitimate. And therefore, this time around, ECOWAS is not as strong as the ECOWAS that we are used to. You'd recall when there were challenges in the region previously, they were quick to react and to respond. respond, and there was that
Okay.
credibility
Honestly, things
because
have really gone wrong.
those who were speaking at that time who were leading the regional
People
body
look down
had
on us now.
credibility. But
People
right
don't
now,
regard
it's
us.
on a very
When our
shaky
president
ground.
speaks, they will say it's just that one man there that just spoke. They don't have any regard again for Nigeria. That is it, as a result of this 2023 presidential election. So, guys, our fate is in the judiciary. It is in the hands of the judiciary to rescue the image of Nigeria, to rescue Nigeria as a country, and to rescue their own image. I mean, the image of the judiciary. Our judges should do the needful. We all know that Peter Obi won this election, and no doubt Peter Obi won. So, guys, we'll be ending this session at this point so that we don't take much of your time. Thank you very much for joining us. Please, if you come across this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And please turn on the notification bell so that each time we upload a new video, you'll be notified. I want to say a very big thank you for joining us, and see you in our next live session. Gloria, thank you very much for your contribution, and good night. Bye.
Good night.